What up, though, everybody, and welcome to Lions Nation Unite. My name is Spencer Axter of Woodward Sports. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to Lions Nation Unite. Also, drop us a follow on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, and go to lionsnationunite.com if you want any of the best merch in the game, like this King of the North shirt, like the Packers Suck shirt, a ton of different shirts, constantly pumping out new stuff. So go check it out at lionsnationunite.com. Lions Nation Unite is a platform created by Herman to bring different content creators from the Detroit Lions, from all walks of life together to give you the best possible content and coverage on the Detroit Lions. And ooh, do we got a juicy one today, because the Detroit Lions started their joint practices with the Miami Dolphins yesterday, and it was started off with a bang. The Detroit Lions just absolutely dominated the Miami Dolphins all over the field on both facets of the ball and with every group imaginable, whether it be the first string guys, whether it be the backups, whether it be the third strings. The Detroit Lions were just putting belt to behind on the Miami Dolphins all day, and especially one guy, especially that man, especially the two-time first-team All-Pro wide receiver, Amon-Ra St.Brown. He was having himself a day, folks. He went 7 for 7 in his one-on-ones. 7 reps, 7 touchdowns. The Miami Dolphins could not stop the Sun God in the one-on-one runs. They also had a trouble touching him in the team settings. This guy, Amon-Ra St.Brown, was absolutely on one, and he was reminding Lions fans that he's still the big dog in the receiving core. You love to hear about J-Mo's development. You love to see the rookie Tesla going out there, but Amon-Ra St.Brown is the two-time first-team All-Pro, one of the best receivers in the league, and he made people feel him pause in that first day against the Miami Dolphins. Here's what he had to say when asked by reporters just about his performance.
Kind of one of those days for you, huh?
Yeah, it was a good day. Finally get to go against someone else. So that was a lot of fun. You go against the same guys every day in camp. You feel like they start to know, the routes that we're running, the concepts, what we like to run in one-on-one. So to go against someone new, it felt good. Just feels like they don't really know all the time what's coming. So that's the fun part. But just to go against someone else, compete, is always a lot of fun.
These guys were chomping at the bit to get some fresh blood. These guys don't play in the preseason. They don't see these other teams getting, like Amon-Ra St. Brown's not getting preseason snaps for the Detroit Lions because we know what he is. He's an institution. He's clinically one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League. We don't need him playing preseason. So he gets his juice playing these guys in these split practices, and oh, man, was he embarrassing the Miami Dolphins secondary. This guy, Amon-Ra St. Brown, is a sick puppy. He is one of the best route runners, if not the best route runner in the National Football League. He has the best hands, unquestionable, in the National Football League. He is so in tune with where to go, when to stop, when to start, change of directions, changes of speed to give himself opportunities in the pockets of zone and breaking away from man coverage. Amon-Ra St. Brown is just absolutely nasty. And even he knows. You saw him give a slight jab there, talking about the Detroit Lions secondary that they have been facing in practice. And it's much like Aiden Hutchinson going up against Penei Sewell, that iron sharpens iron. Like, those guys are some of the best in their respective positions, battling in camp every day. Amon-Ra St. Brown going up against DJ Reed and Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph and Terrion Arnold. All of these guys are only getting better, playing against the best of the best competition in practice every single day. And Amon-Ra St. Brown said it was good to get away from those guys for a little bit. And here's what he had to say, because there was some concern among some Detroit Lions fans that the offense started off slow because the defense has been so smothering and so dominant, which continued against the Miami Dolphins today. But this is about Amon-Ra St. Brown. But here's what he had to say about seeing somebody else and the offense getting one.
I feel like seeing another team with how camp's gone so far, did you guys need a day like this?
I think so. Like I said, we got a pretty good defense, a tough defense. Going up against them every day, it's tough. Like I said, you're going against the same team. They're getting used to our concepts. how we do things. I mean, we've been pretty much the same team for the past few years. So Shep's dialing up, but to go against a different defense, it's refreshing, something new. I mean, we're going to be going against different guys all year, so we got to get used to it now. But it's always fun to go against, like I said, different guys, compete, see different defenses, maybe defenses we haven't seen. We got to adjust too, so it's a lot of fun.
You heard from multiple people, Amon-Ra St.Brown, Taylor Decker, Jared Goff. It was nice for the offense to get that. They kind of needed that because the defense has been taking it to them so far in camp. The defense of the Detroit Lions has been absolutely showing out. And like I said, they continued to do that against the Miami Dolphins, but this is about the offense, and it's about Amon-Ra St.Brown specifically because he just continues to show why he is truly one of the upper echelon wide receivers in the National Football League, why he is one of the guys that you don't mess around with, defenses game plan for, that coaches are aware of at all times, and that guys single out in the media that aren't good enough, like George Pickens taking a shot up at Amon-Ra St.Brown, calling him a slot merchant because you don't punch down. Amon-Ra St.Brown has nothing to say about George Pickens because George Pickens is beneath him. This guy, Amon-Ra, is in a new class, and I think he heard the noise, and I was a part of it. I'm going to say that. I'm all aboard the Jameson Williams hype train. I think this guy's going to have a special season for the Detroit Lions this year. But Amon-Ra St.Brown had to remind us all why he is the back-to-back first-team All-Pro. And I'm going to keep talking that talk because I want this guy pissed off. I want this guy angry. I want him pointing at receipts because that's when he's at his best. And you're seeing it even more now. Here is what he had to say about his quarterback, Jared Goff. He mentioned it a little bit. The defense has been here for a while, but so has this offense. And Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St.Brown are on such another level when it comes to connection, cohesion, and chemistry, the 3 C's. Look at me. I'm on a roll. But those guys are on just another level. And here's what he had to say about his quarterback.
Every day, he brings the energy. And I think, if you give Jared protection, he's one of the best in this league. So that's our biggest goal is protecting him, us getting open as receivers, creating that separation. And as long as he's in that pocket, he's going to give us a ball that we can catch, and we're going to do the rest.
So there you have it. Amon-Ra St.Brown and Jared Goff are just 2 peas in a pod. Like, you can't match skill set and play style better between two. It's much like Burrow and Chase. Like, Burrow's got the big arm. He's moving around the pocket. Jamar Chase gets you downfield, makes jump ball catches, all that stuff. They fit so well together, just like Amon-Ra St.Brown and Jared Goff. Amon-Ra St.Brown gets open in space very easily, great at intermediate routes, great at catching the ball outside of the numbers, doing different things. Jared Goff excels at spot throwing. Amon-Ra St.Brown excels at finding the spot and slowing down. These guys have been playing together for a while now. They are so connected, and this offense is going to be hard to stop just because of how well they all know each other. Jared Goff knows the offense like the back of his hands. All these receivers know where Jared Goff wants them on certain routes and in every single play throughout the entire offensive scheme. They have it down to a science now. So it's fun to see this offense go out there and take care of business. And like I said, this guy Amon-Ra St.Brown put on an absolute show against the Miami Dolphins today. He was 7 of 7 in the one-on-one drills, 7 targets, 7 touchdowns. Here is some of the highlights from Amon-Ra St.Brown. Let's just sit back and watch this guy cook. Pitch and catch. Beat him off the line. A beautiful ball by Jared Goff. Beautiful late hands by Amon-Ra St.Brown. Boom, fade, pinned it against his helmet, and ripped it off. Tim Patrick coming over to celebrate the punt of the ball. This guy is on a different level, folks. This is just beginning. Here's another one down the sideline. Beat him by 2 steps. Touchdown. Off the line. Oh, just snatched and sold, dude. This guy is a sicko. Boom. Corner of the end zone. I look like Henry Hooker throwing that one. Boom. Nice comeback route right at the pylon. Jared Goff put it on the money. There's another sling from Jared Goff. Quick in route. First down. Over the middle. Beautifully placed. That is an amazing ball by Jared Goff right there. And then how about another one right on the sideline? I'm telling you, this guy Amon-Ra St.Brown put on an absolute show against the Miami Dolphins. And it's really fun to see this offense get going because the defense is putting on a show. The offense looked bad. They didn't look bad, but they didn't look as good as we thought they were or they should have because they're playing the Detroit Lions defense every day. Those guys are savages out there. Appreciate you guys tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to Lions Nation Unite. I am Spencer Raxter of Woodward Sports. Again, smash the like button, subscribe. Go follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or X, and go to lionsnationunite.com to get some great merch. Appreciate you guys tapping in. More to come this week. A lot of Lions updates. We'll see you soon. Peace.